Mike Owens here, and today I'm joined by T-Rex, Terrance McKinney, who returns to action UFC 283. Terrance, always a pleasure. How are things with you today, my friend?
Good, a little sore, but that's part of the game. Just staying busy and training as much as possible.
How long have you been in camp for now? How long have you known about the fight?
A month now.
A month. So quite a long camp when you think about it from now to the middle of January.
Yeah.
Talk,
I'm excited. Plenty of time to get right.
talk to me about your opponent, Ismail Bonfim. What do you know about him? What have you seen?
He's a decision machine. Uh, Very technical, but I think he's very specific with his like picking up fights. But he has really good stand up, good technique. I got seeing his grappling, but so we're gonna test that department of the fight for sure.
Look, you said that there about him being a decision machine. You're the exact opposite. You're all finishes, wins or losses. It's a bit of a difference between the way you guys fight in many ways.
No, he gets after it. I just don't think he has like. I don't think he has like. He hits hard, but I don't think he has like the killer instinct like that. What I see it from him is just like he knows how to stick to his game plan, you know,
Mm.
and
Do
he
you
stays at a certain pace the whole fight.
do you think you have knockout power, or do you think it's more the way that you fight, the style of how aggressive you are?
It's just all about the setups.
100%.
Like that. Sometimes I miss on purpose so like they can land to the next track. It's all about finesse out there.
Of course, of course. What was your first reaction when you heard the fight was offered in Brazil? Because this is your first fight outside the US.
Oh man, it was a no-brainer for me. It was an automatic yes. I always wanted to go Brazil, and the matchup made sense to me. It's a risky fight at the same time, but it like I tell you guys, like I'll fight whoever. It don't matter.
Have you ever fought in enemy territory before? What's it like going into the Lions Den that is going to be Rio de Janeiro?
I haven't been to one of this magnitude yet, so it's gonna be a little different. But luckily, I wrestled. There's rivalry duels, and we've been in me in their gym, so I know how to still perform. But at the same time, I learned how to love the negativity, you know.
Mm.
And then once you beat them, it's just like, it feels that even more better than it did if you won in your hometown, you know.
Yeah, a rich history of MMA fighters coming out of Brazil. Who's your favorite MMA fighter to ever come out of Brazil?
Anderson Silva, hands down. That's not even a question.
Of course, that makes sense. That T-Rex and the Spider are very similar.
Yeah, exactly. I love his style, and I'm actually. It just depends if they let me get the yellow. I'm gonna cut my hair and then fight like Anderson Silva this next fight in his home in Rio. So yeah,
You going to shave your hair?
yeah. If they give me the yellow, I want to honor Anderson Silva and go out there and get a devastating knockout.
Wow, 100%. Well, I want to talk about one of your teammates, Saidyokub kakhramonov, because I spoke to him a couple of weeks ago and he's obviously training for his fight. What is it like training with you two? Because I can only imagine what the gym is like when you guys go together.
You might as well just. I know people pay to watch that. Me and him scrap. As you guys know, we're both professionals, so very high level goals when we go. Like it almost look like we're fighting out there because like we're both so sharp and like everything counts, you know.
Mm.
And honestly, the kid's dangerous. Like people's gonna know after this. Once he be said Nagomedov, people gonna know. And it was funny. They thought he was related to Khabib, but he's not. But it's about to be the battle of Saeed, see who's the best one, and our guy's gonna win. And I promise that it's gonna be one the fans need to watch.
100%. Are you cornering him for that fight?
Yes, sir.
Is he cornering you in Brazil?
Yes, sir. We're gonna bag to that.
I want to talk about your division very quickly because obviously the title changed hands earlier on, I think last month. Can you tell me what your emotions and your reaction was watching Makhachev versus Oliveira?
Um, just everything. I mean, just everything everyone's been saying about Islam was right. Just to see like this dude is built different. His squeeze is different, and Yeah, his striking was like on point. He was ready. That's all I gotta say. Like this dude, they got their team. The numbers don't lie. They're doing what they're supposed to do, and I can't wait to fight him someday because I don't care about none of that wrestling stuff. I just care about putting a whooping on them. Let's see, because these guys never been hurt before. I want to hurt these guys. I want to see then what we'll see who's really about that life, you know?
Well, this is what I wanted to ask. How do you think you beat someone like Makhachev? Do you think you go at him early and try and get him out of there? Do you think you try and win rounds? How would you approach that fight?
Hurt him, hurt
Hurting.
him. I don't because he never experienced that. And the body never experienced something. That's when you can get the body to shut down. His body's never experienced anything like that.
Mm.
Really being hurt, really being cut up. Like when I fight people, people get hurt. Their face get hurt, something hurts, and like it makes their brain not want to be there. And that's what we're gonna find out. We're gonna see if he really wants to be there when the time comes.
Obviously, you're still making your way up the division, up the ranks now. So if we look at the guys in the top 15, who do you think currently has got the best chance of beating Islam Makhachev?
Obviously, Dustin Poirier, he has the best boxing to me in our division. And I think he clipped him. He was able to hit Khabib, so I know for sure he can hit Islam. He got some puncher's chance for sure.
100%. You talked there about when you've hit people, you hurt them. That's obvious in virtually all of your fights, but especially your UFC run. Even particularly the Drew Dober fight, who might be one of your opponents you hate the most, which is interesting considering you actually lost to him. Do you want the Dober rematch down the line? Is that a fight that you want?
It was, but I already called it out on Twitter. No reply, just as expected. No one better call this dude my dad because this dude never wants to fight me again. Like I tell people, I hurt people. They don't want to experience anything like that. That's something he never experienced in his life. No one's ever dropped him in the UFC. And I went out there and I hurt him bad
Mm.
multiple occasions. He couldn't even remember to fight. So even though I lost, it was a win in my book. Because at the
Mm.
end of the day, he don't ever want to fight me again. I did what I like. My mom told me, "You want to fight? Make sure they feel you." And that's how I fight. They're gonna know they're in a fist fight. They're gonna be like, "Yo, that kid is not a freaking joke," and that's what I want them to feel every time I'm out there.
I think it was maybe on Twitter, or I saw you made a comment that you were surprised that Dober lost his top 15 rank, but Conor McGregor still has his. How surprised are you that Conor's still in the top 15?
That's ridiculous because I even then I respect what Drew does. There's no disrespect to him. It's just I want that back. But honestly, he's been on a roll. He beat me, beat that dude from Brazil, super tough, super strong, and he's just showing that like he's right there with the best guys. And I think he deserves a ranking. He's actually active in the UFC, so I just think it's disrespectful.
How far away do you think you are from a ranked fight? I mean, you're one of the most popular guys in the lightweight division. You come to fight, you come to entertain. How far away do you think you are from a shot at the top 15?
Um, maybe one or two fights, but I think they should do this. This is what I'm thinking. If all goes according to plan, Lord willing, and God brings me to victory, I think me and Paddy fight next for a ranking spot. Winner gets ranked.
Should we talk about Paddy? I wanted to talk about Paddy because obviously it's kind of been a friendly back and forth, let's say. It hasn't
Yeah.
really been nasty so far. Um, can you talk to me about your kind of relationship with Paddy and kind of this friendly beef that's gone on?
No, we talked to each other before, and I still want to get on his podcast. I actually really like the guy. Like he's a character. He's funny. He's a good businessman. I got a lot of respect for him, and he knows how to finish fights. Like he might not start all his fights very good, but you can't argue with the end result, and that's to get a win. And he gets to finish every time, so I gotta respect that. But like I said, there's no beef. It's just our time to collide. There can only be one number one prospect, and I gotta take it away from him.
Have the UFC ever offered you a fight with Paddy, or is it only something that's ever been between you and him on Twitter, let's say?
It's between me and him. The UFC already knows it's too early, and they know what I'll do to him. You know, there's levels to this, as you see.
I think Paddy's talked about it in a post-fight interview once about the fight with you, and he said, "Let's wait until we're both bigger stars and let's do it as a main event." I mean,
Yeah,
if you win your fight in January and he wins his fight against Jared Gordon, dare I say, it feels like perfect time for McKinney Pimblett on a fight night?
Main event. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna happen. I feel it, bro. So that's why I'm training so hard because I got a real threat in front of me. Even though he only fought on Contender Series, this guy's on an 18 fight win streak. So I'm training as if he's Islam or anyone who had the belt. Top number one contender. I'm treating him as a legit threat because they think I'm gonna get tired and that's the way to get me, bring me to later rounds. You got to make it that far first. And like I said, we made the necessary adjustment. If anyone really watched my next fight after that, I was picking my shots. I wasn't really rushing. I could have fought at that pace for 25 minutes. Like we were prepared to go 3 rounds that fight, and I'm prepared to do it again once the time comes. Like all I know is the finish can come. I don't have to be like a tweak, and that's what I had to realize. Like no matter what, my hand's gonna hurt someone. There's gonna be power there. No need to force the power. Just be fast.
Of course. Last one from me on Paddy. How much potential do you think he has? Like, let's say that you and him don't get the fight. How far do you think he can get in the lightweight division?
He better stick to the Sean O'Malley route because I feel like once he gets in that top like 20, those guys gonna hurt him. That's just what I feel.
Yeah. Okay. Well, last one from me. Last question from me, and I want to turn the conversation back to you. Terrance, we're at the end of November 2022. Where would you like to be in your career come the end of November 2023? What are the goals for the next 12 months?
I'm about to do some crazy stuff, man. I'm gonna try to risk it all, you guys. I can't explain the steps and the things that I'm about to be calling out, but we got some major moves. We're definitely gonna be knocking on the door of a title fight the end of next year for sure.
I love it. Well, congratulations on the last victory. I wish you the best of luck in the rest of camp, and thank you for giving me your time today.
No problem, brother. It was a pleasure, man.
Before we finish, Terrance, how can people find you on social media and anything you'd like to shout out with sponsors? Floor is yours.
Yes, sir. As you guys see, I'm rocking the OnlyFans. Shout out to OnlyFans. Shout out to S Force. And shout out to Warrior Camp. You guys can find me at TREX155, Twitter, and on Instagram, and TREX, what is it?